The liver, the central engine of human life. The liver is not an accessory organ. It is the central engine of human biology. If the heart stops, life ends within minutes. If the liver stops, life unravels silently, hour by hour, until no system can function coherently anymore. The liver does not specialize. It integrates. Its first fundamental role is control of blood composition. Every substance absorbed from the intestine enters the liver before reaching the rest of the body. Nutrients, drugs, toxins, hormones, microbial fragments, all of them pass through this organ first. The liver decides what may circulate freely, what must be modified, what must be stored, and what must be eliminated. This is not passive filtration. It is active biochemical governance. 1. The liver as a synthetic organ. The liver is the body's main protein factory. It produces the majority of proteins required to keep blood functional. Among them are coagulation factors, the molecules that allow blood to clot after injury. Without continuous liver synthesis, bleeding cannot be stopped, even if blood vessels are intact. This is why advanced liver disease leads to spontaneous bleeding. The plumbing is intact. The chemistry is gone. The liver also synthesizes albumin, the most abundant protein in blood plasma. Albumin maintains oncotic pressure, the physical force that keeps fluid inside blood vessels. When albumin production declines, fluid leaks into tissues and body cavities. Edema and ascites appear. This is not inflammation. It is physics. In addition, the liver produces transport proteins that carry hormones, vitamins, fatty acids, and metals through the bloodstream. Without these carriers, biological signals cannot reach their targets. The liver does not only create substances. Enables communication. 2. Energy and glucose regulation. The liver is the master regulator of blood sugar. After a meal, it absorbs excess glucose and stores it as glycogen. During fasting, stress, or illness, it releases glucose back into the bloodstream. When glycogen stores are depleted, the liver produces new glucose from non-carbohydrate sources. This function is essential for brain survival. Muscle cells cannot release glucose into the blood. Only the liver can. Without hepatic glucose control, consciousness collapses within hours. 3. Lipid and cholesterol metabolism. The liver is the central hub of fat metabolism. It synthesizes cholesterol, packages fats into transport particles, and determines whether lipids are stored, exported, or oxidized. Cholesterol is not a toxin. It is a structural molecule, a hormone precursor, and a membrane stabilizer. Long-term cardiovascular risk is not controlled by the heart. It is controlled by the liver. 4. Bilirubin metabolism. Every day, billions of red blood cells reach the end of their lifespan. Their heme component is broken down into bilirubin, a fat-soluble, potentially toxic pigment. The liver extracts bilirubin from the blood, chemically modifies it, and secretes it into bile. If this process fails, bilirubin accumulates. Skin and eyes turn yellow. Cells experience oxidative stress. The brain becomes vulnerable. Jaundice is not cosmetic. It is metabolic failure. 5. Detoxification and biotransformation. The liver is the body's primary detoxification organ. This does not mean simple removal. Many toxins are fat-soluble and cannot be excreted directly. The liver converts them into water-soluble forms so they can be eliminated safely. Alcohol, medications, environmental chemicals, and endogenous waste products all undergo transformation here. This process is dangerous. Intermediate compounds can be more reactive than the original substances. The liver accepts this risk, so the rest of the body does not have to. This is why liver cells are exceptionally resilient and exceptionally vulnerable to chronic overload. 6. Hormone regulation. Hormones are signals, not permanent states. After a hormone has delivered its message, it must be inactivated. The liver performs this task. Stress hormones, sex hormones, growth-related signals, All are broken down and cleared by hepatic processing. If this function fails, signals persist too long. Hormonal imbalance is often not a glandular problem. It is a hepatic one. 7. Immune function and surveillance. The liver is a major immune organ. Blood arriving from the intestine contains bacterial fragments even in healthy individuals. Specialized immune cells in the liver remove these particles quietly without triggering systemic inflammation. This creates immune tolerance. Without the liver, the immune system would be permanently activated. Chronic inflammation would be unavoidable. 8. Bile production and digestion. The liver produces bile. Bile is essential for digestion and absorption of fats and fat-soluble vitamins. Without bile, food intake becomes nutritionally meaningless. Deficiencies develop despite adequate diet. The liver does not digest food directly. It makes digestion possible. 9. Storage of vitamins and micronutrients. The liver is the body's central storage organ for essential nutrients. It stores nearly all fat-soluble vitamins, vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K. These reserves protect against periods of malnutrition and fluctuating intake. The liver also stores vitamin B12, often in quantities sufficient for years. In addition, it serves as a regulated depot for iron, copper, and other trace elements. This storage is not passive. The liver controls release, prevents toxicity, and ensures availability when intake stops. Malnutrition symptoms often reflect liver dysfunction, not dietary deficiency. 10. Histological architecture and zonation. The liver's microscopic structure enables its complexity. Blood flow is slowed deliberately. Cells are arranged around vascular channels. This creates gradients of oxygen and nutrients. Cells in different zones perform different tasks simultaneously: synthesis, detoxification, energy regulation. Structure is function. 11. Regeneration. The liver's most extraordinary property is regeneration. When tissue is lost, remaining cells divide. Architecture reorganizes. Function is restored. This is true regeneration, not scar-based repair. Few human organs retain this ability. The liver must, because it stands between the external world and internal life. Final truth: the liver is not a background organ. It is the biological authority that keeps the internal environment stable while the external world changes. You do not feel your liver working because it prevents imbalance before imbalance becomes disease. That silence is not simplicity. It is mastery.